Hey YouTubers, it's Pokemon Gangsta, and I have a PBR battle against XBlazianDog, and this is a rematch, and he's already put up his video, but this is my version. And yeah, I have two Pokemon that aren't mine, Axel and Muck. They're my little brothers, and they're new additions to my team. I took off Linoon and exploding my Electrode. Okay, so I start out with Axel, and he starts off with Regirock. I go for the Energy Ball, and that does a good chunk, I guess, even though it's Life Orb. And he goes straight for the Stealth Rock, and if I was him, I would have attacked, but it doesn't matter, because the Stealth Rocks actually helped him in this battle. So then, fearing another Energy Ball, he switches out into Dragonite, and I just went for another one. Because I don't know. Because I thought he might attack again, or stain, or something, or switch to something that didn't resist, like, all my moves. This thing walls Axel completely. And so then I have to switch, and I go into Gyarados, and he predicts my Gyarados switch or whatever. And he gets intimidated and goes out for the Outrage. He's outraged at my Gyarados of its awesomeness and all that. And with good reason for what happens next. Ice Fang! And I get a crit, and he dies, obviously. And that was cool, because that thing is really bad for my team. And then he goes out into Electivire, and I don't want to switch because when I switch back, it'll die from Stealth Rock anyway, and I don't want to take damage from my other guys and all that stuff. So I have to let my Gyarados die. But that's okay. And then I go into Axel because I have Hidden Power Ground on this. And I go for it. Hidden Power Ground. Phew, fire my Lizard. And it doesn't quite kill it, unfortunately. And because of Life Orb, I am in KO range of Thunder Punch, and it takes me out. Okay. So, I go into the Muck, and I'm going to go for Shadow Sneak here, because I just want to take it out, because it's priority and all that jazz. But he predicts it and switches out into Regirock, which will live the Shadow Sneak, because it's super defensive and all that kind of stuff. And I could have went for Focus Punch right there, predicting the switch, but I really didn't think he would switch for some reason. I go for the Poison Jab, and it's not enough to take it out, because I knew he's probably just gonna like explode or Earthquake or something. But he goes for the Explosion, because I guess he didn't have Earthquake. And it takes me out, but he goes down as well, so yeah, that's kind of a draw. And so the Regirock dies, and my Muck dies, and he goes into Executor, while I go into Sig, my Venomoth. And I'm getting hurt by Stealth Rock, and then I go for the Bug Buzz to kill him off in one hit, because it's super effective, and so it does take it out in one hit, and that's great, because my Sig barely does anything ever, but in this battle he really shined. I go for the Sleep Powder, thinking I'd be slower, but I'm actually faster and it misses, so that kind of sucks. He goes for a Psychic instead of Flamethrower and hits me down to 12 hit points. And then I go for the Sleep Powder and it hits the second time because I'm faster. And I go for the Bug Buzz, and it does over half because it has Silver Powder and Wide Lens. I mean, not Wide Lens, Silver Powder and Compound Eyes. Tinted Lens, there you go. It makes not very effective moves neutral damage. So it's super powerful, and it's hard to get a free switch in. Yeah. Unless you have a 4x resist. So it goes to Electivire and goes for the Ice Punch, and that's gonna take me out. Well, any attack would have taken me out. But I thought, looks like I already took out 2 Pokemon, so that's pretty good. I go out into my Nilla Wafer, and then he switches out. I was going for I went for Ancient Power right there, because I wanted to kill it and get a stat boost possibly, but yeah. I end up not getting the stat boost. And the Absol goes for Swords Dance. And of course it's faster, so duh. And it had pressure instead of super luck, I believe. Yeah, I did. And then I go for Fire Blast. And if I would have went for Fire Blast last time, I don't know if I would have been able to take it out. Maybe if I got a burn. But he goes for Sucker Punch, and I didn't really have anything else to do but attack, so I did. And I switch into Mullet Microdilly. I think this is my last Pokemon. Yeah, it is. He's got 2 left. Goes for the Sucker Punch while I predict that and go for the Toxic. And then he gets Toxic poisoned. And then hurt by it. And then I go for leftovers. I'm getting ahead of myself. He goes for Psycho Cut and hurts me a lot. And then I go for the Substitute, and then I'm hurt down even more. But that's okay, because I'm behind a Substitute now, so I can do whatever I want. And seems how I know he has Psycho Cut, I knew he wouldn't, like, use Sucker Punch again. So I just went for the attack, even though it didn't matter. Whichever he did, it would break my sub either way. So I kill him off with a Giga Drain. And now we're down to our last 2 Pokemon. Okay. All comes down to this. The final 2. And
I wouldn't have enough for the food.
I have my voice in there. He goes for the Earthquake, and it gets a critical hit. It turns out the Electivire was banded, so the crit didn't matter. I asked him afterwards. So yeah, good game. Comment, subscribe, go check his video out, and stay awesome. Boom.